Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody. Lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the offense on first down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll throw it on first down. Going for a big play right off the bat. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Going up top on first down. Trying to get to him. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
And that right there is a huge reason why this team has a winning record coming into this game. Their defense takes the ball away. And here on the opening drive, you see the athleticism in the back end of the defense, picking it off and putting it in great field position for their own.
Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. He wants to throw. Floating away. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Dropping back, it's Ward. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And they're trying to dig out of the hole on 2nd and long from the 9. He's looking to throw. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the silver bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort and getting to the football, but it all has to start up front on the...
And he intercepts it. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and goal. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and
touchdown Buckeyes! They break the seal on the scoring. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. first down. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Unleashes it. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Let's go. 2 interceptions already for this linebacker. Unbelievable job understanding passing situation, how to get in passing lanes, how to get his second pick. Dude, he's going to the sidelines, bragging to the DBs. I got way more picks than you, dude.
Looking to throw, it's Howard. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16.
The offense right now is moving in the wrong direction. They weren't able to get a touchdown on that first down play. Now giving up a negative play on second down. You better be very careful about this third down play call.
Grab behind the line. It's Judkins. Corralled and brought down by the defense. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
And I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the...
Touchdown, Ohio State! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can...
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Bringing it back. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. Looking downfield, it's Howard. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's the... And that pass picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
How about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't get this thing going forward here on second down from the 13. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Arroyo. Makes the grab and he's dragged down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And the Hurricanes will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Back to throw, it's Howard. Immediately fires to the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Steps away. Right down the middle. Got his man. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Let's see what he can do with the return. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Heel off one deep down the left side. They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
To the air, it's Ward. Pocket starts to collapse. Got him downfield. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Hurricanes head quickly to the line.
Obviously, third downs are so critical because you get an extra chance to wear.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. Getting some heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
On 3rd down, going up top. They're trying to get to it. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion. On first down, here comes this offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. The sure hands, it's Scott. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. He wants to throw it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been an abject disaster. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. So they'll try to salvage this drive on 2nd and long from the 12. Looking for a man. It's Ward. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Hauls it in. And he fights his way, but they'll stop him just short of the line to gain. It's 4th down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that ball's incomplete on 4th down, but wait just a second. There is a flag, and this is a big call. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air on 1st down. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is snowed under. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Williams will pass. Using his legs to buy some time. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through one quarter.
Ohio State 28, Miami 0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. On 4th down, looking to pass. He'll take another shot here. Oh, picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
Smart move to get down with the slide.
And after success like that on the bootleg, that's going to change the way the defense plays now. Every single time from here on out, when the quarterback hands it off, they're going to have to leave a defender, a defensive end, or a linebacker outside just in case he decides to keep it. It's a positive play offensively, but it also now changes the way this defense is going to try and play the rest of the game.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Looking to pass, it's Howard.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
On the move, it's Restrepo. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. He's looking to throw it. He lobs one high down the left side. And he's got it at the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Miami! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Fires on the move. On target to the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Unleashes one. Complete to the right. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Ibuka. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Buckeyes are threatening in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got a man. It's Smith.
Nice completion here, this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Coming after him. He fired. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Touch pass on the run. And they get him down.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Makes the grab. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, and the defense tackles him at the 3. And the Buckeyes in the hurry-up. Power ahead. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 4th and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying on the field. What a big moment here. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
They'll turn to Martinez. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, him and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. With the catch, it's George. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? That one comes out hot down the right side.
That's a big-time completion. And guys, I think they caught the defense now.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Looking to the big tight end. Got it in the middle. It's Arroyo. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Hurricanes. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Well, the quarterback does a great job with his decision-making. He found the matchup he wanted, one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, the bad blood between Oregon and Oregon State dates back to 1894, at least on the football field, on top 5 rivalry, and it's gone finally. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
The Buckeyes get enough to move the chains. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. The Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last result. resort. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Takes it the other way. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that back.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
And that last incompletion leaves this offense facing a third down. Williams looking for a man. They're bringing heat. Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it. So he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have 4th down.
Looking to take a shot. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Looking down the middle. He's got it. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a 1st down at the 23.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking for a huge play. It's complete. A huge pickup. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Ohio State 28, Miami 14.
The Canes will kick it off to start the 2nd half. That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Forced out of the pocket. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on needed this bad.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. The sweet feet buy a little time. Finds his man. It's Henderson. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep him away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll just down it right there.
Nice job. A little hang time, getting it up in the air. It's coming inside the 10. That thing goes inside the 5-yard line. That is exactly how you draw it up.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Throws to the tight end. Connection to the right. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22. Williams will pass. Throws to the wideout. And the sophomore just a little too much on that one.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. And the Canes racing to the line in a hurry-up. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catch is signaled for and made. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
The RPO, it's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. Runs through a tackle. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Caught a little time, lets it go. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. And the Canes are in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense, they're smelling blood in the water now. Of course, they've already knocked the starting quarterback out of this game. And now with the backup in, they're bringing more pressure. It almost looks like they're more excited to get after him. This is just a very excited, very emotional defense right now.
Tips, deflections, those are such good things for defense. A lot of times they lead to interceptions and big plays. Just try to get any kind of disruption you can.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. The offense has converted just one time in 4 fourth down attempts, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game.
Touchdown, Ohio State. And the pummeling has started. They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Now on 2nd and short after the first down completion. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Williams looking for a man. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got his man downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. After misfiring, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended.
Number 32.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Ohio State 51. Miami 14.
He'll bring it out. It's Restrepo. Took a chance on that return, and it did not pay off as he's out of bounds at the 10. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Fires to the middle. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And they will open this drive right on the doorstep with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Howard. Feeling some heat. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. Listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down.
Touchdown, Ohio State. And the stomping has commenced. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. That Miami offense back onto the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a nonprofit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
All wideouts, no backs. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So that penalty will give this offense a little boost. Here comes 2nd and 10. Williams will pass. Got his man in the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Running toward the tape. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. The Hurricanes are threatening in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fires to the end zone. And his 5th interception of the game. A miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Offense would love to have that one back. Down here in this area of the field, everything has to happen faster. Decisions need to be made quicker. The ball's got to be out quicker. Routes got to be snapped off faster. They were just way too late. And as the result, the defense gets the INT.
Gonna run it. It's Henderson. Shows him the stiff arm. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Catch in the middle. It's Smith. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
He's brought down at the 23-yard line.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Pulls and throws off the